Chelsea Football Club have got an agreement with Manchester United for Jadon Sancho. Here we go. Loan with an obligation, and when you hear this price, you're going to be shocked because it is a beautiful price for Chelsea Football Club. Furthermore, Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. Chelsea are getting him off the books. They're sharing the wages, and this is the domino effect. Sterling goes to Arsenal, we get Jadon Sancho. Victor Osimhen, as of this moment, the deal's off. As of this moment, he's staying at Napoli. There is 45 minutes until the transfer deadline day. Chelsea cannot reach the agreement, and it is a little bit frustrating for certain people, but I'm going to ask you again. If we got Sancho and Osimhen, how on earth are we fitting everyone in? And that's the fact of it, all right? We've got an update on David Washington. He's going to Strasbourg for 17 million, apparently. Yes, you heard that right. Chalobah got a loan to Crystal Palace that we need to talk about, and that Fofana's moving to Sunderland. Let's talk about this. Let's get on with it. If there's anything else that breaks after this point, I'm going to do it tomorrow on the Saturday, because the reality is, as of this moment, the biggest news is Jadon Sancho is coming back to London. He's coming to join Chelsea, and let's see if we can revive his career. Let's get into it, but before we get started, I need you lot to do me a massive favor. I need you to hit that like button, okay? Because when you come home, the first thing you do, you go wash your hands. When you come to watch the Kavkas View, the first thing you do, you hit that like button. Honestly, it supports the channel like crazy. And subscribe if you're new, because I say it how it is. I speak my mind. I don't sugarcoat it. A lot of people are upset at me because I said personally, I don't want Victor Osimhen. I think he's a great player, but not every single girl that you find attractive, you need to want to marry. Sometimes the fit is not right. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. Let's get started. We're going to start with the biggest news of all, right? We're going to talk about the Victor Osimhen news. Then we're going to get into the Jadon Sancho. As of this moment, Fabrizio Romano has said there is no agreement between Chelsea and Victor Osimhen's camp. There are certain wages that Osimhen's asking for, and there are certain wages that Chelsea have provided. Fabrice Hawkins said Chelsea offered 130k. Guys, as somebody that's been actively saying, come on our terms, I really hope Victor Osimhen doesn't take those terms. That is disgustingly low for a player of that quality. I know I said he's not worth 300k. He's worth at least 180. He's worth 170, 200. 130 is disrespectful. It's lower than Enzo Fernandez. It's lower than Moises Caicedo. And for me, it's Chelsea pushing the boundary. Whether this deal gets over the line or not, we don't know. Fabrice Hawkins from L'Equipe has said he is staying at Napoli, and that this move is broken down. Chelsea will not agree it. Tony is going to Al Ahly. Now let's talk about the stuff that we definitely do know, and that's the Jadon Sancho saga. What do we know about the Jadon Sancho saga? We know that Jadon Sancho was interested in coming to Chelsea prior to joining Manchester United. However, Manchester United got the deal across the line and he went. His time at Manchester United has been nothing short of abysmal. It didn't work out. The fit was wrong. The way they played football was wrong. It did not work in any shape or form the way anyone expected it. When Jadon Sancho joined Manchester United, everyone thought they were getting one of the best young players in the world. He was a golden boy contender. He was phenomenal. Genuinely, I remember Neymar said he will win a couple of Ballon d'Ors before he completes his career. And the reality is, could we get that Jadon Sancho? I don't know. But what have we got and what has happened? Raheem Sterling has gone to Arsenal, and we'll talk about that in a second. And what has happened with the domino effect is that we got Jadon Sancho because it freed up the wages, meaning we can go get Jadon Sancho on our terms. And the terms are as follows. It's a loan with an obligation, and the obligation is £25 million. £25 million for a player of this quality is not a gamble. It's a calculated risk. We're not gambling here, we're just taking a small risk. And the reality is, what we have now within our possession is what we need to go into the season with. What we have is Neto that can play both wings. We've got left-hand side coverage with Mudryk and Sancho. I'm not counting Mudryk. I'm sorry, don't judge me. On the right-hand side, we've got Noni Madueke. Then we have Felix, who can play on the left and in the 8. Palmer, who can play in the 8 and play on the right. Nkunku that can play in the 8 and the 9, and Jackson as the overall 9. We don't need any more. We've got 7 players, not including Mudryk, for 4 positions. This is depth. This is strength. This is what we needed at this moment in time. I always said maybe Sancho was a little bit of overkill. Maybe if we don't get Sancho and we got Victor Osimhen, okay, I understand. However, now there is no excuses. The Mudryk minutes need to go to Sancho, and we need to see Sancho develop. This was driven by Joe Shields. Joe Shields got us Lavia, Joe Shields got us Palmer, Joe Shields got us Tosin, and now he is bringing in his guy Jadon Sancho. Look, you can't give people the keys and then get upset when they make decisions that you don't agree with. If they drive you to a place that you don't agree, but you gave them the car keys, yo, you gave them the keys to drive, right? So you need to accept their decisions. So the reality is, if Sancho works, we're praising Joe Shields. If he doesn't work, we're going to say you got this one wrong. However, he's got so much equity in the bank with me, purely based on the fact that he got us Lavia, and I can see the quality in Lavia already. And Cole Palmer, there's no like, oh my God, what are you doing? This is good. I genuinely believe our squad is so much better than last year. It's unreal. I am excited for this season. I can't wait to see Jadon Sancho in the Chelsea kit. Here we go. This is great news. Now we need to talk about the Raheem Sterling to Arsenal move, because Chelsea Football Club have released Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. The deal's going to get done. All I'm going to say is the handling of this situation has been disgusting and it's been messy. And the reason I say this is I understand you exiled him. I'm totally not against it. I'll be a hypocrite if I sit here and say, you know what, you can't banish players, because I've said it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But taking his number away was classless. I didn't like it. I didn't respect it. But at the same time, they got their way. They got him off the books. And now he's gone to Arsenal. Does he make Arsenal stronger? 100% he makes Arsenal stronger. Raheem Sterling is better than Gabriel Martinelli. And I think he's better than Trossard. People didn't agree with me when I said that earlier today. They attacked me and they disagreed. And you know what? Disagree ahead. Genuinely, it's friendly debate. Do it respectfully. I honestly love it, because it shows that you guys care about the content that I give. You listen to me and then you give me your opinion, and that's perfect. You didn't call me stupid. You didn't call me ugly. You didn't call me names. It's literally you are disagreeing with me. But what I don't like is the fact that we're making Arsenal stronger, and that for me, I don't feel any type of way about it. And it just shows me how far behind we are, Manchester City and Arsenal. Chelsea Football Club and the news relating us, in my head, is we need to catch Liverpool. We are far away from Arsenal and we're far away from Manchester City. So us sending Sterling there is helping them, but it's helping us. But I don't like helping them in general. Like, this is the frustrating part about this whole situation. We need to close the gap to them quickly and stop doing business with him. But getting half of his wages off, Fabrizio and Ornstein said there's certain portions that we don't know. And we'll find out in the upcoming days what the terms and conditions are. But he's definitely made them stronger. This is a good deal for Arsenal. This is a good deal for Chelsea, as long as it means we get Jadon Sancho back. And Enzo Maresca was driving that deal. So it is what it is. Here we go to Arsenal. I'm going to keep tabs on Raheem Sterling. We're going to see what he's made of. This next story is a very interesting one, and when I saw it, I was absolutely flabbergasted. Strasbourg is currently negotiating with Chelsea, and we don't know if this deal's on or off, but it was on, then it was off, then now it's back on, because Strasbourg has accepted a £17.7 million move for David Washington, David Washington, who joined Chelsea from Santos, played 28 minutes for Chelsea, played majority of his time at EPL 2 level, is now got a move to Strasbourg for 17 million. So initially, there were reports that were coming out that Chelsea was scared that this could trigger illegal action from clubs inquiring and being investigated, so the deal was off. However, now the deal is back on. And I don't know whether the deal is going to go through, but at this moment in time, it looks like it is. What I'm going to say is, if Omari Kellerman is 19 million and there are other youngsters that are going for stupid money and we paid Santos 17 million, why would we assume that Washington isn't worth 17 million? Like, this is the market value for players these days. Ian Maatsen went for 42. So why would Omari Kellerman, who's played 2 appearances in the Premier League, not be 19 million and that's okay? David Washington not be. So it's a little bit confusing. Whether we get a ban over it or get in trouble over it, is it worth it? I don't know. But I feel sorry for the kid. because this kid's career has been really stagnated, and I think his agents might have gotten paid, but they've really impacted his career, because he could have been at Santos, he could have been developing, but yet at this moment in time he's come to England training with great players, but that's it. Pochettino didn't use him. It was literally kept him on the outskirts of the team. He got 28 minutes. It was horrible. The next player we need to talk about is Trevor Chalobah. Trevor Chalobah is set to join Crystal Palace on loan. No obligation, no option to buy, straight loan. The kid's going there to play. I say kid, he's 26 years old, nearly my age. He's going there to play. He's going to develop. And for me, this is good news for Trev, man. Because I think Trev was too good to be sitting out. And people said to me yesterday, oh my God, you were so fine with Trev getting excluded, but now you want Trev back in the team. Guys, let me explain to you what I said yesterday. And I might need to be more articulate in the way I say stuff. When we excluded Trev, it's because they wanted to sell him. And I said, if you want to sell him and you're convinced that you want to sell him, sell ahead, exclude him. But if the window closes and Trev is still in the squad, why on earth are you going to just get him training on the side when we could use him in the first team? Bring him back in, reintegrate him, keep his value high. Show what he can still do. If he's adding value to the team, why on earth would you not be using him? It's just common sense. But yet people will tell me, oh my God, you changed your tune quickly. I didn't change my tune. If you're selling him, now we got rid of him. Okay, cool. This is what you lot wanted to do. I don't control Chelsea. Matter to a lot of people, especially in this whole saga with Victor Osimhen. You don't want him. You don't know what you're talking about. Guys, we can have different opinions. We can genuinely have different opinions. I think some players I want in my club. Some players I don't. I have no impact on what happens. I literally read the news, report it to you, and then give you my opinion. You guys enjoy hearing the news from me, and then you debate with me. If you don't like it, so be it. Genuinely, I don't force anybody to watch. I only want people that want to watch to watch. It's as simple as that. And the final news is Fofana. David Fofana. He looks set to be joining Sunderland on loan, and he's going to be trying to be their number 9. His career has really gone downhill, and I feel sorry for him, man. He had an option to join Brighton, but he picked to join Chelsea. And from that point onwards, he went on loan. Union Berlin didn't work. Burnley worked. After Burnley came, he never even got a look into the first team, and he's just been sitting there and waiting, and no one's willing to pull the trigger on him. And now he looks like he's going to be going to the Championship. He went from Bundesliga to Premier League to Championship. Maybe it's a step back to take a few steps forward, but it is really upsetting from his perspective. But it is what it is. At least he can redevelop himself, get some goals, and hopefully get a move next year somewhere where he will be appreciated. But this is the Kavkas View. There will be a video tomorrow to summarize everything that happened in this window. Who knows, we might have signed Victor Osimhen. I'm not going to be posting tonight, even if we do sign him, because it'll be too late. And most of you won't watch anyway. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Put that like button on, because Sancho's going to be a great signing. Mark my words, man. I really like the player. I liked him before. I'm not going to change my tune now. I liked him at Dortmund a couple months ago. I don't know why Man United have got rid of him, but it is what it is. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.